This cat nearly went extinct. Not from disease, not from predators, from humans who wanted to perfect it. And the attempts to do that left some of them unable to hear at all. This is the Turkish Angora, one of the oldest and most misunderstood cat breeds in the world. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why it's nothing like what most people think. Most people see a Turkish Angora and think, elegant, decorative, high maintenance. That image is almost completely backwards. The Turkish Angora originated in the Ankara region of central Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, in harsh, mountainous terrain. These weren't bred for royal courts. They evolved in the wild. Cold winters, rough landscape, scarce prey. That environment shaped everything about them. Their coat, for example, isn't just pretty, it's engineered. Unlike most long-haired cats, the Angora has a single-layer coat with no dense undercoat. That means it stays light, dries quickly, and doesn't mat the way double-coated breeds do. It's an adaptation, not an aesthetic choice. Now here's where things get scientifically interesting. That iconic white coat is controlled by a gene called the W gene dominant white. It doesn't create white pigment, it suppresses all other pigment entirely, which is why white cats can still have blue, amber, or two different colored eyes. The eyes are a different system. But that same W gene has a side effect. In some white cats, it disrupts the development of the cochlea, the inner ear structure responsible for hearing during fetal development. The result is congenital deafness. Here's the pattern that's been well documented. White cats with two blue eyes have the highest risk of deafness. Studies suggest up to 65 to 85% may be affected in at least one ear. White cats with one blue eye and one amber eye, heterochromia, are often deaf only on the blue-eyed side. White cats with no blue eyes are far less likely to be affected. But here's the part that surprises most people. Deaf cats don't know they're missing something. They compensate almost immediately, relying on vibration, visual cues, and spatial awareness. Many deaf Turkish Angoras are indistinguishable from hearing cats in behavior. They're just as active, just as bonded to their owners, often more visually attentive. Which brings us to the thing most people don't realize when they get one of these cats. Turkish Angoras are not a lap cat breed. They're agile hunters by ancestry, problem solvers, high-energy animals that were built to track, climb, and observe. And living in your apartment didn't change that. You'll see it play out in specific, predictable ways. They seek height obsessively: shelves, cabinets, refrigerators, door frames. This isn't random mischief. It's hardwired territorial behavior. The high ground equals awareness and control. They bond deeply, but actively. They follow you between rooms, insert themselves into tasks, and want constant involvement. Owners sometimes describe it as having a dog in a cat's body. And when they don't get enough stimulation, they don't just get lazy. They redirect that intelligence into your furniture, your shelves, your plants. This is the #1 reason Turkish Angoras end up in shelters. People chose the look without understanding the energy. What they actually need is vertical space to climb, daily interactive play, and mental challenges. Puzzle feeders, rotating toys, training sessions. Yes, training. Turkish Angoras are one of the few cat breeds that reliably learn commands and tricks. One more thing worth clearing up. Turkish Angoras are not just white. Modern breed standards recognize solid black, blue, red, cream, tabby, tortoiseshell, and bicolor variations. The all-white royal cat image came from 16th and 17th century European courts, where white Angoras were gifted to French nobility and became status symbols. That single aesthetic got locked in for centuries. But the actual breed is far more diverse, both in color and in history. So if someone told you Turkish Angoras are just beautiful, low-key companions, now you know that's only half the picture. Behind that silky coat is a survivor's instinct, a genetic quirk that's both a flaw and an adaptation, and an intelligence level that most cat owners aren't prepared for. If you want to go deeper, we've covered the genetics of cat coat color, how deafness actually affects feline cognition and breakdowns of other high-intelligence breeds that are just as misunderstood. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.